face, and more than 2 toes.
Oh, they do have the weird two-toe thing going on too.
Mm-hmm.
So the recent versions have more toes.
I don't think I'm paying attention down there when I'm... Guys, when I'm fucking a turtle, I'm not looking at their feet.
When I look at a character, I count the toes and I check how it looks. It's one of the things that turn me on. It could be a turn off immediately based on what the feet look like.
I turn off because I only have 4.
No?
Okay.
4 is
I enjoy
ideal.
foot rubs. For the 3 to 4, 3 plus is neat.
Okay.
Are there feet people that like 6 toes?
Probably.
Probably, yeah. You name it, someone's into it. Polydactyphilia? Let me go look.
Yeah. That sounds like a dinosaur name.
Kind of does.
I'm a polydactyphilia. Saurus.
Okay, I'm back. And in solidarity, I feel that I need to reveal that I also have a freckle on the underside of my scrotum.
We are live.
We are live, so you admitted it to everybody.
Well, listen, whatever you do not clip that.
We just E&M'd the file.
His silence is very telling.
If you want
7
me to,
states away, I can feel the heat coming off his face.
if you want me to edit that, I can.
No, it's cool.
Oh my
It's
god.
done.
The most solidarity, flinging yourself into the fire.
Now they can all imagine and guess where it is.
You have. I bet there are lots of people who'd want to find out.
Oh my god.
Oh goodness!
I
Good
love
start.
to the implicit reference that this is related to a conversation before stream. Terrible news. Polydactyphilia is not a medically recognized philia.
Oh, not medically.
Yeah. So, there's probably someone out there.
Psychologically?
Okay, I found it.
Wait, why am I consulting all of human knowledge through Google instead of going straight to E6 where the real knowledge lies?
True.
They would have it listed,
Google, why
wouldn't
do
they?
you?
122 tags for polydactyl. So yes,
That's
I
a
will.
lot.
That's a lot of tags. I can answer your question.
Look at
for
that.
you.
Is it
but
the same dude?
You would probably have to compare that to the number the number in the feet category, right?
True, but that's boy.
That's going to be a very large ratio.
I'd have to
It's gonna
compare.
it's probably gonna be like 0.5% or
Sure.
something.
Oh, sure. Anyway,
I think-
hello.
I'm a little clap boy, and I have gifts for you.
Oh, wow.
For
Yay!
you and you.
What
I know you-
excellent timing.
I know you're fighting right now. This is probably not a
We
great
are.
time, but you should open this gift so that I can disappear forever.
But we'll miss you.
And I'll miss you, Short King.
Clutches his heart. He's like, ah! What is this feeling? Feels so good.
I want my present, but I also want to see if I get a cool nickname.
I
I'm just
think you're
gonna
feeling seen.
It's gross. Why am I seen?
All right, we need to do a recap.
It might help.
Who would like to do it?
We've been down this road before.
Nobody?
Okay,
God.
okay, hold on. So, last time, on Wake of the Fallen Moon, after our little library foray, is that how you say it? Foray?
Foray, yeah.
Yeah.
Foray!
Foire.
That's how the French say furry. I'm a foray. After a library foray, we learned a few things. Then we decided to bring the hat over to Peter Pan. Staying called Twinker Pan. Statman a twink.
And his
And
real name's not Peter Pan, but I don't remember what it is now.
it's Dorian.
Dorian, yeah.
Another famous fictional character who did not age.
Yep.
Excellent illusion. Is that illusion? Homage?
Yeah,
Whatever this is called.
illusion.
Reference?
Reference to
Allegory.
both words.
Entendre.
Not quite allegory.
Tantra.
Tundra?
Entendre.
Entendre. Yeah, okay. Thought I
If
was
there's
about
an
to learn a new
entendre,
word. I
there
got so
has
excited.
there has to be a tundra, right?
It's a real word, you unsophisticated boob.
No. I understand that entendre is, but I thought you said tundra without the on, and I thought I was about to learn a new word.
Yeah. I feel like it should be because on is an additive thing.
Well, in the same way that intent and tint are both words, yeah.
10.
More like tangible to intangible. Anyway, yeah, we went over to Mr. Dorian, and we kind of grilled him a little about Nanika, because we had concerns about this group. Sure, they house the hats and they have a way to destroy them, but they also seem to be keeping Nanika prisoner and making her, and they're making use of her powers to find more witches / bats. And there's a bit of a moral grayness going on, and maybe a bit of zealotry. But you know what? That's a problem for a later day. We got paid for Rose's hat. I don't remember if we gave it to Nara. How much we made.
You guys got paid in a 7,000 gold piece gemstone that you guys can exchange at a bank to get divvied up.
Right. We went over to Camelot after this, after receiving the gemstone from Tinkertank. From Tinkerbell Tank. For which we will exchange in the nearest big town, where we're currently headed on the way to the cathedral. Stain's Dream Cathedral. In order to help Tancred, who is still comatose despite their attempt to wake him up by going into his dream. That did not end well. The dream ended, but Tancred did not wake up. And he was immediately dying. She saved him, and now we're trying to get him to the church to see if it has ways to extract whatever this problem is, or at least remedy it, because the spirit is no longer inside him, is what we've learned. The spirit of sloth. What it has left is a dream version of sloth and a bit of a mental instability that is keeping him unconscious. On our way to the Dream Cathedral, we come across this giant pit where a bunch of tortured wailing sounds come from. And upon investigation, this giant tendril of eldritch abomination pighead, tentacle teeth, scorchy sounds, gross all over him, comes right at us, and we take a combat stance and face it head on, like Heroes for Idiots. Because this thing is huge and gross. Did I post a picture of it to the Discord?
Looks like a Shoggoth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just move this over to people who are visual people and can't imagine like I could.
It's me. I need visuals.
Me too.
I've been a professional artist for
Get
a
a better
decade. I can't. If you describe things with words, I don't know what you're telling me.
Shout out to our Aphantasia boys.
It's me. Hi.
Picture an apple right now, quick.
I know what it looks like.
Can you
I've
taste
seen
it?
an apple.
I see a vague impression of an apple and now it's gone.
I have an understanding of what an apple is. If you were to give me an art program, I could draw the apple, but I can't have the picture in my head.
Conjure the apple or die.
I'm fucked.
So, kicking things off, Kohaku, would you like your gift?
I don't want you to go away forever, Cloud Boy.
You'll automatically attune to it if you accept, if you're willing.
But what if I'm full of slots already?
Well, that sucks for you. Guess you'll have to pick something to lose.
Okay. And you promise you won't disappear forever?
I can't promise that, but I'll always be in your heart.
I give him a kiss.
Oh, ask for consent first, jeez.
We haven't learned this campaign.
Fuck, I'm always screaming about it.
May I give you a kiss, little Cloud Boy?
Sure. And that's the lesson for today. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And
Here's the thing.
in a wisp of smoke, he disappears, and your gift falls to the ground into this puddle of gooey, fleshy muck.
Ew.
And by the way, don't take this the wrong way, but consent can be implied, but if you're wrong, you're rapey. What's in the puddle?
Jesus Christ.
The puddle is attacking you.
Oh no! It was
He
a
wanted his
trap.
item.
Oh, I thought the item fell into the puddle.
Yeah, the item has fallen into this gibbering mouther that is attacking you.
Oh goodness, that's
Oh,
my
he's
thing.
denying you your item. He tried so hard to get you to instantly attune to this item, and then you have to finish the fight to get it.
That's
What is-
actually more fun, though.
It is more
appreciate
fun.
What does a gibbering mouther sound like?
I'm gonna take my headphones off.
that. Well, it can't. Yeah,
A cacophony of voices. I do need you to make a strength saving throw, as well as a wisdom saving throw.
hot dang! I'm on fire today.
You are good. And you can take your turn as normal.
Great. Let's cut this boy into little bitty pieces, little bits and bobs. What do I want? Do I want armor class? Do these guys hit? I don't know. I'll get armor class. Pop, pop, and then we'll hit
Nice.
him with the flip kick. I am on fire. This is unbelievable.
Got a little cloud kiss.
Yeah.
That must be what it was.
Deal some grievous blows to this thing. And that will bring us to Alistair.
Okay. So did I get my magic item before or after?
Would you like it right now? I can grant it to you if you wish.
Wait, did Kohaku get his? I don't want to get mine if he didn't get his. That feels
Oh,
bad.
it's over there. Don't you worry.
Then yes, I want it.
Okay. Here you go. And the little box opens up and you see your item.
Yay. Goodbye, investigator's goggles. Hello, this thing.
You are cursed.
Can I take those? Oh,
You-
the spell's
you-
ending. Goodbye.
Oh, here you go. You can have them.
You're giving away the investigator's goggles.
Yeah, because then he's going to immediately disappear and drop them.
Yeah, he reaches out for them and disappears. And we'll never see the Cloud Boy again.
No.
No!
Goodbye, Cloud Boy.
He promised.
He went to go live with the frog people.
You lied.
My heart is broken and my day is ruined.
That brings us to Alistair's turn.
Okay. Where am I? I'm right next to the thing, right? Let's just hit it. I'm not gonna do any. I rolled and got a 6, so that's active. But
All right.
we'll just hit this thing.
Look. Nara, if I'm a short king, they still call me your highness.
What?
It's your lowness now.
My lowness.
Your lowness. 31 for 16, and I'm assuming the 16 misses. Not the 16 damage, but the 16 on the second attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta find my stat blocks.
Stat block.
Somebody say something. I'm definitely prepared.
Hi, guys.
Where's your
He's not
weirdest
prepared.
freckle or other skin marking?
Yeah, is
I
there
got
anything weird on
this.
your scrotum or?
I got this big golden scar down my shoulder.
That's fun.
You covers your stuff up with tattoos. I feel like your fur would cover it up.
I was going to say I have a lot of scars, but many of them are not visible. Most of them are just on my palm or fingers or forearms from just fishing hooks. Probably the most notable scar though is on my leg. From the Incanyambwe,
The big thing.
the big thing.
Well, mine's on my leg too. From the whole bone jetting through it.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm glad you don't walk with a limp after that. I'll
Yeah,
fix it.
magic helps a lot with that kind of thing.
I heard magic fixes bone.
Well, it was more of got it set quickly so it didn't end up being bad.
Oh, so they like yanked it into place.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
Then, and then like fixed it.
I mean, the recovery time still took a while, but
You have a cache that people got to sign.
didn't exactly have anyone to sign it. So
Wow.
Dana talked about it, but I thought it'd be sad to just have her sign it. So
No one in Merveille are friends with each other, huh?
I think there are people who are friends with each other. Just the person I thought was friends with me was, not.
I mean, you had more than just one dude, right?
I was a little weird at parties. If you didn't pick that up at the last party,
Not really. We were all weird at that party.
it's fair.
It was a curse. It was a first kobold, for fuck's sake.
It's true you were. I I had bug friends, but they weren't, big enough to sign a cast or hold a pencil.
Bug friends?
I mean, it was more of a one-way thing. I'd talk to them and they wouldn't talk back, which is probably good because if they talked back, I'd probably be little.
Happier?
I'd be happier, but I don't know if I'd be sane.
Like Juke can talk to bugs.
I can talk to bugs.
I guess he's kind of insane.
Little
Explain it. Just a little.
comes with the
It
territory.
was just a little insane. I was two guys for a while. Still am? Question mark?
Inside you, there are two guys.
Two guys, one hole.
They are both
Yeah.
gay.
What the fuck you mean gay? I like girls.
They are both bi.
I don't think the other guy wants anyone.
One of them is pan and the other one is ace.
Can
That
you
is-
be ace by, like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Actively?
Listen,
Like, can you have urges but not active them and become ace as a result?
Like
we
proactively self-denying celibate. Those are called monks, yeah.
So they're all ace?
Most monks are ace by choice. Also, I don't think that makes you ace. I think it just makes you celibate. I think ace describes
Well-
your desires and not your actions.
Well, as someone who from a cathedral celibacy, doesn't mean you don't fuck. It means you don't marry. You can fuck.
Is that true?
we don't
There's no
Yeah.
way.
People just
We don't-
take it to mean you don't fuck either because people only fuck after marrying.
all of this terminology may be driving us in the wrong direction. You know, it could be as simple. It could be a lot simpler than we think it is. Than we're making
Uh-huh.
it, right? I think everyone just follow your dick. If your dick gets hard, that's what you should do.
That's
And if
what
it
I
doesn't get
do.
hard, then you shouldn't do it.
Oh, I agree with you
Isn't hard yet.
100%. But also, words are useful and describing things is useful.
Yeah, but I am a teenager who thinks he's very profound.
Yeah.
And
Figured it all
I,
out.
the glorious 22-year-old, have it all figured out.
All of your words confuse me, and so therefore you must be confused.
Oh, I'm sorry, 24. I'm practically a grandfather.
I was gonna say I didn't think I was that much older than you.
Wow.
Allie
Yep.
Robin the Cradle. What's new?
married.
No, shit.
Sex abstinent or both? Yep. See, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be like sexually abstinent. You could just be unmarried
Yeah, definition's technically one or the other, or both.
or both. Some people are both. So you could marry and also not bang and still be celibate.
That just
Like the people who eat a potato, a raw potato every day. To keep the sexual thoughts away.
good for people if they can find two voluntarily celibate people that want to get married still.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I lost my tab and it took so long to re-find it.
You have a lot of tabs, Trey?
No. Actually, yes, I do have a lot of tabs currently. I need to finish watching a bunch of videos.
Me too.
Anyways, yes, 16 actually does hit this thing. It's very large.
Oh, dang. Okay, cool. 25 thunder total then.
25 thunder damage. Anything?
Bonus action. I'll get up my defensive field because I'm missing health. I don't remember if this thing hit hard, but I'm gonna not take the chance.
It's decently hard.
Okay, defensive field up. That's 13 temp HP. Oh wait, plus proficiency. It is 18 temp HP.
Alrighty. That will bring us to Nara.
Alright. I was gonna bust out his new bow. And try and load it up.
Do you have a feat that lets you not have disadvantage within 5 feet?
Damn, that's crossbow expert, right? I
Yep.
don't have
Yeah.
crossbow expert.
That is fine. This thing is not
So easy to hit.
So easy to hit. 16 and 21 both hit.
Nice.
For
Sweet.
29
Easy.
points of damage.
I need to fix that the equation. Because it's 6 fire and 4 fire. But yeah, I'll try and fix it up. And Nico will.
Does this include your favorite enemy?
Okay, I forgot.
Yeah,
Does not.
Extra 18 damage.
D6, I think. Is it? Is it D8 or what?
It's just flat damage.
Oh, nice.
Alrighty. This thing is going to, at the end of your turn, use one of its. Yeah, it's going to use one of its legendary actions. Teleport over here, and it is going to take a swing at Alistair.
Oh. Yeah, 33 will hit. Ow.
29 points of damage.
Wow, he moved.
And that'll bring us to Stain.
Is it within reach?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I am like 40 feet down.
Yeah, this thing's kind of like clinging to the side of the wall still. It's kind of like partially reaching up.
Gonna beat it up. And a bonus action. 7, 19, and 25. 4, 22, 11, and 20.
Damn.
Now that's me.
Alrighty.
I normally climb on top of it, but it's made of a writhing mass of fucks. I don't wanna be hentied. Or do I?
At the end of your turn, it's going to take a swing down at Alistair again.
That'll hit again.
Yikes.
34 damage.
This thing
That's a move.
sucks, guys. I don't like it.
Oh, are you okay? You better get out of there.
And that'll bring us to Sheesh.
Oh, gee. Considering how much it's teleporting around and how bad it hits, maybe I don't want to get close to it into melee range, so I'm just going to keep shooting it.
Good idea.
If I can find the character sheet. Sorry, I should have that open.
You rolled really good there too. 7, 7, 7, plus 7, and 2 3s.
'17 and 16 both hit for 21 plus 8.
It's
29
doing
points.
acid damage with its attacks, right?
Yeah. It's doing piercing and acid damage.
Gotcha.
Piercing Crescent sounds really cool. At first, my eyes saw a croissant.
It's because you saw Sheesh, and you're like, that's Chef.
Piercing Crescent, Flying Baguette.
It's a finishing blow move.
Alrighty.
Then the extra sneak and Hunter's Mark damage there.
Oh, and that will bring us to Jupiter.
Jupiter.
It's me. Well, I already have disadvantage on these shots anyway, so I think my instinct is to just fling the gun over towards him and fire point blank. But when I kind of... oh wait, one thing at a time. Right, normal shot first. Okay. Oh, right. Thinking. That does not apply disadvantage. Sorry, new weapon. I'm going to step back. I don't think that triggers.
I think
Because
its
it has
range is
reach.
more.
I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Delightful. Now I'm going to use my action to shoot.
Wow.
30 for 26.
Nice.
And I should probably have done this in the other order so I can describe it in a cool way, but we'll do it and see if the dice line up before I describe it. So roll. The 17 is also good. 16 is good.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is he steps back instinctively. He fires a star shot into this, and then as the star shot comes out of the barrel, nearly simultaneously he also pulls the trigger, and a good old-fashioned physical bullet comes out, splits the star shot in two.
Oh.
So all three land effectively at the same time. 15?
15 just hits.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
So all of that lands for 26, 37, 44 points of damage.
Does that slashing include sneak attack?
I believe it is built in, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And also that should be piercing because it's a gun, but I'll fix
Yeah,
that in a second.
that's what.
So I'm still setting a bajillion macros.
That's okay.
Boy, oh boy, Alistair. I don't have a way to get you out of there without cheese gratering you. So I'm just gonna
not be graded.
get back up in its face, and that's me.
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, it's going to use its last legendary action to take a shot at Jupiter. Only 18, which I assume misses.
Double checking. Yes.
Beautiful. That brings it to its turn. We're going to start with the mouther.
And he just sounds like,
Pretty much, yeah.
but a lot more wet.
And it's going to... make an attack on Gopak.
No.
14 to hit, which I assume misses. And then I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as it tries to spit at you.
You're not hitting me with nothing. I'm too on it.
Oh yeah, you definitely avoid this big like globule of acid and spittle.
Love your new portrait.
Thank you.
It's real good.
Thank you. I'm proud of it.
And that's going to bring us to the mouther, who is going to do some things. I think first and foremost, it's going to take a swing at Allie.
No.
Yeah, figured.
Oh,
Yay!
thank God.
And then it's going to do one at Stain.
Fair.
Actually, no, it's going to do one at Jupiter.
Oh.
Missing. And then it's going to attempt to just push Stain into the hole.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
DC 20 athletics or acrobatics check to avoid the shove.
I've been in a lot of big holes, buddy. No. 7.
Overly familiar with hole. Let me flash that so you don't fall in. I'll grab you, or I guess I can't really reach you from here.
What's a range in that, I guess?
There isn't really a range on it.
There definitely is.
Let me check.
I want to say 30.
Oh, it is 30 feet. Yeah. never
Yeah.
mind.
I'm 40 feet down.
You're
That's
way
okay.
too far. Never mind.
Don't worry about me. Ah!
And you guys hear Stain scream as he disappears down the hole.
Well,
Fuck me.
it's been nice knowing you.
There goes my hero.
And that brings us to the top of the round with Kohaku. I need you to make a dexterity and wisdom, or a strength and wisdom saving throw. Yeah, you're totally good.
In the arms of the angel. Far away. I think what I'm gonna do. So Stain is dead, right? Is that what just happened?
We'll find out.
Unclear.
Okay. Well, let's keep kicking this acid boy. Do I have a sense of like what I'm saving against or no?
As this thing is kind of all these mouths and this flesh is kind of like gibbering and talking. It's just kind of filling your mind with this strange, like telepathic, like discord, essentially. And then you can see that as this thing is like attacking you, its flesh is kind of like oozing out across the ground, and it's like trying to get your feet caught up in it.
Okay, fair enough. Second verse, same as the first. Oh, that 15 misses. Oh, nuts.
Oh, that hits.
Oh, 15
15
hits.
hits.
Okay. Oh, great.
Just hits.
Then I'm still on fire.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, pretty simple. Just the way it rolled out. Slash, followed by a nice little croissant kick that sends it flying into the pit. Only it has my little treasure in it, so then I immediately change my mind and barely manage to stab it with the end of my sword before it goes flying off the ravine, and I kind of like glop it onto the ground next to me. I go, "Whew, that could have been.
Your croissant kick does 48. Damn.
Wait, what?
Got 48 croissant. 48.
Oh, no. I may not have killed him. That was a typo. That shouldn't have been 48. Let me reroll that damage, so it's whatever this is plus 6.
It had 7 hit points. So that will
I think it's dead. Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah,
hit it.
hell yeah.
Close enough.
Yep.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been 48. Thanks for catching that.
I thought it was your magic item, so I was impressed.
You were jealous.
Not with my magic item.
What the?
I love it. Drake made an item I really, despite the change in class, made an item that I love.
Oh
I'm
wait,
glad. I hope it's fun.
I need to retroactively adjust that to be way more anime. Can I just like stab through the creature, and rather than like scoop him onto the ground to like sift through later, I stabbed directly into the magic item, which now like jingles brilliantly and flashes on the end of the sword.
Yeah.
Oh.
With like a ringing sound as the metal on metal.
Beautiful.
Yeah, perfect. That's better. Oh, I guess I'll move then as well. Let's go away.
Alrighty. As you move, this thing is going to use a legendary action to teleport and take a swing
No.
at you.
Oh,
22 to hit?
My armor class is 22 because I did an unarmed attack.
Take 33 points of damage.
So close. 33?
Yeah.
I'm still up.
Ooh.
Still
Yeah,
up.
one of these big mouths, as this thing suddenly squelches down and appears this massive maw filled with these writhing teeth that are kind of like moving almost like centipede legs, trying to draw you in. They come in and take a big bite at you, starting to draw you into its fleshy body. And that brings us to Alistair.
Cool. Alistair's going to take his new magic item. It is a timepiece made out of white gold, has a pretty long chain. He's going to take it out and push the key on the top, which will cause the hands to start turning randomly, seemingly in the wrong direction at some points. But let's see what number it lands on here. Okay, it goes back to 6 again, so fuck me. But then I will use my boots of flying. Ali will click his heels and fly down into the pit here. Using feline agility to double my movement speed, should have 120 foot fly speed.
Alrighty, start going dive down towards Stain, and we'll jump to you guys in a moment.
Okay, I do still have my action, so
Yeah. Oh, you aren't able to catch up to Stain with the 120.
can I
If
see
you want to
him?
use your action to dash, you
Dash.
can.
Okay.
But I will say that as you get to about the 80-foot mark, there is like it's like on the map. You essentially hit this kind of like foggy, smoky wall, and you can continue to push down into it if you want.
Last time he fell off a cliff, he got impaled on a big thing and died. So,
True.
quite the
yeah.
opposite. I lived.
Well, you impaled on a thing and lived, but should have died. Either way, I'll dash and get down further. I need to try to catch him before he splats.
All right, you dash, and it's dark here. It's very hard to see. The fog gets thicker and thicker rapidly, and this acrid, awful smell starts to hit your nose. Give me a perception check. Okay. You dive down and you manage to see Stain kind of falling. I need both Stain and Alistair to give me Constitution saving throws.
That's one of the only ones I don't have advantage on right now, Trade.
Yikes.
Got
Okay. Stain, you're actually okay because this is poison.
Oh, okay.
Alistair, you are also okay, but you can feel this like the smell is this awful like decayed, like rotting flesh smell. It's awful. It makes you want to vomit, but you kind of hold your breath a little and you're able to reach down and stay, and you see Alistair kind of break through some of this fog, and you guys are able to reach out and grab hands.
Well, free falling?
Yeah.
Yeah. I snag him.
Alrighty.
You've really got to stop falling off of cliffs.
I would have been fine. Can't say the same for you though. This place sucks.
Yeah, I don't want to breathe too much.
At the end of Alistair's turn, this thing is going to teleport again. And take a swing at Jupiter.
Hi.
Missing
Thank
you
God.
again.
2 nat ones in a
God
row.
Damn it. Untouchable.
Unpunishable, this cat.
Yeah. That'll bring us to Nara.
Nara looks down. Sees Alistair went after Stain. So Nara's gonna try and get this thing down. Nico will go here. Oh yeah, what's I was just about to ask what the red box was.
Yeah, that is now gone. It was
Gotcha.
just like this mass of like mouths and
Gross
other
stuff.
grossness. Gross. Eldritch monstrosity.
Think of like a thorn thing you do.
Yeah.
But mouse. Nico assist. What's that do?
Little D4 burst of damage if he's right next to it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So fire some shots at this thing, and Nico's scales kind of flash a little bit, and arrows sink in, doing a bunch of extra fire damage. How would you like to do this?
Let's quit. As Nico goes over to it, grabs its attention, and while its attention is away, he just shoots at a bunch of the bigger howling faces, and when the arrows hit, explosion of fire.
There's a huge pillar of fire that erupts as the two arrows sink into the squelchy flesh. One of the eyes pops, and this thing starts howling. Its body seeming to let's just melt away as the fire consumes it, turning into this just liquid of bile and flesh, and melts, dripping back down into the cave. With that, things go quiet. Alistair, you're able to pull Stain back up and out of this kind of acrid smoke.
Came back for me.
Yeah, I came back for you.
You're right. Oh my God, you smell like shit.
Yeah, it's not great down there. Let me use minor tinkering to make something with a better smell.
You
We'll
guys
go with
good?
orange and cinnamon.
I'm good.
Yeah, caught him before we got to the bottom. I imagine
I
it's
wonder what was at the bottom. Really nasty down there.
Let's not find out, shall we?
Listen for any more tortured sounds.
Give me a perception check.
Wiggle my ear. God, these rolls are gonna fucking kill me.
You guys don't hear anything else other than just the kind of whistle of wind blowing over the chasm.
Think it was doing a mockingbird thing?
Might have. Anybody know what that thing was?
Fuck no. It's gone now.
A demon.
Camelot's, yeah, probably. Camelot's better without it. We need somewhere to rest.
Oh, I thought I looked bad. Kohaku, you look like shit.
I have 2 hit points left. And
What a trooper.
oh yeah, we that thing was gross and evil and unnatural, and we must be cleansed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need
Uh,
that smell to go away at least. Ugh.
The cathedral's got some facilities. You'll have to fix it up and draw water.
just in case we run into anything on the way there, I'll do a little bit of patch up. Kwaku take 24. Kwaku take 18.
I can do an aura if you don't want to use
Oh.
all of her.
Ali take
Must touch a
22.
point.
And then
You
yeah,
give us little grass.
if you have an aura, if you want to do it.
Yeah, I've got plenty of mana right now.
Ruby.
God.
Yeah, best focus on the pair of you. So alternate between you and Kohaku.
Yeah, there's 44 there. Kohaku just wants to take that one, and I can do another one.
Nice, bam, overhealed. I think you could keep the last 10.
Yeah, I
Looks
can
like an
keep the last
overhealer.
10 for me. Cool.
Yeah, I have been rolling for my hit points every level for 13 levels. I've not been particularly lucky with it. I'm a little below average, but I've got 7 levels to catch up.
I'm below average because I gave Tinkerbell some of my health.
Mm.
She get away with her mouth. Everyone good to travel?
Need a little bit more.
What
I
was
think
that,
we're
Nara?
good.
HP. I got like a lot of magic points too, I think.
I'm pretty set. I have like 9 HP missing, but
I think Jupe would stay and use a little bit.
I'm good to travel. If you have something that you're just gonna lose, then we'll take it. But otherwise, we can get moving.
I'll give it to Jupe. I'm good.
Level 2.
Savant. Your beautiful +1 HP.
Thank you.
Just so damn wise.
You're so wise. Get back to Doug Watermelon. Can we continue? You want to rest for a bit?
Now let's get out of here before something else crawls up from there.
I think I'm gonna grab a tooth or something from that thing.
Didn't it? It like sloughed all the way back down into the hole and kind of like dissolved away.
Yeah,
Oh, it's gone completely.
not completely, but there's just this like, it's just
Grossness.
like, yeah, like
No solid bits.
It's blood and like melted flesh.
Ugh. Nothing on there for a trophy. Don't think you'd want that as a tattoo. Honestly, that could be pretty neat if you like an eldritch sort of viney vibe branching over one of your body parts.
I
Ugh,
feel like that's
maybe.
a lot. Ugh.
Yeah, it's somebody's vibe. It is not my vibe.
Horror from the stars ain't your vibe?
Gotcha there.
I don't think so, actually. Yeah.
Horror from the depths.
Horror from the Depths is kind of my vibe.
This is from land depths though, so I don't think it's your vibe. It's got the tentacles.
I don't know if I want to tattoo a bunch of mouths and hands and human anuses all over my body.
Well, we're a bunch of anuses, huh? Yeah.
With teeth.
2 anuses.
I'm glad those weren't doing any gibbering.
They were kind of little. Get on the dire flamingos.
That's where the Cloud Boys come from.
Oh no!
Tooth gibbering buttholes.
All right,
Does
we
that mean
continue.
hello for Cloud Boy? We continue.
I'm gonna
Okay.
try and continue leading them to the cathedral.
Okay.
On the way, like from the bag of holding I'm borrowing or whatever, I'm just gonna look down at like Tankard's head sticking out, still sleeping probably.
Yep.
I left him behind the tree. And just kind of, what's he wearing actually? Like a hood? Normally?
Yeah, he had like a little cloak on and just some like a little tunic, a bit of armor. Nothing like heavy, just some like essentially like a chainmail shirt under a tunic and little pauldron and it's a chest strap.
Okay. I'm surprised he could sleep in all that. Well, this is a different kind of sleep. He doesn't have plumage like me, right? Just them horns.
Yeah, just horns.
It's gonna touch like the top of his head, and then I'm going to hesitate, then take my visor off and place it on top of his forehead.
Alrighty.
Not gonna hurt you anymore. Won't do that. Didn't feel right. We'll wake you up. Promise.
Alrighty.
Get away. More
Yes.
survival checks?
Yeah, you guys continue on. You can give me a lead the way.
Give me a good roll, guys. Yay! 219. Or 24.
Perfect. Yeah, with the 24, you are able to kind of like get back on track. You kind of remember where the burnt wood was, and that helps you kind of orient you, and you're able to push your way through the rest of this area. And eventually, break out of the forest just in time for night to start falling.
Is the haze still around?
No, that was all kind of like concentrated down in the pit.
Oh, I mean the haze that. Oh, I was thinking of something else. The veil that protects the cathedral.
Oh no, you guys are still
The
far
haze,
away
yeah.
from that.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, you guys are able to settle in, set up camp, and rest for the night.
I'm gonna make sure Tankard is fed and watered.
Good call.
So
It's a bit of a pain, but you do manage to, with a little bit of time, you're able to force down a little bit of food and water.
So it can't be solid, right? I got a baby bird it or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
ugh.
I'll mash it in the mortar and pestle.
You.
If you don't want to go through the hassle of feeding him a lot, I can just juice a single berry.
I thought that didn't do that anymore.
Oh, you might be right. Actually, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Just kidding.
It's okay. It's a better resource for healing anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say the healing buff makes it worthwhile.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna take like a mortar and pestle, kind of mix something creamy, like I don't know, milk, if we have any, or water, and just kind of see if he could ease it down his throat.
Yeah. Mash up some rations and with some water and slowly force it down his throat.
You're always hungry.
But yeah, unless there's anything you guys do over the course of the night, we can jump to the next morning.
Let's do. You obviously
Yeah.
make sure we all have watches. My introduction to this nation is getting attacked by whatever the hell that thing was. But
Yeah, that wasn't a hole. Normally it's bandits. Sometimes we have spirits, I think.
should we like
It's mostly
report
I
that?
feel
Is
like
that
it's
how anomalous is what we just saw?
that's not normal, Richie. It's definitely not normal.
Who do we report that to? If anyone? Or is it just,
Heaven.
in the wilderness there's wilds?
Heaven needs to know.
Okay. You report it to heaven.
All right, I will.
I'm
Did
not
you do
being
that last
sarcastic.
night?
I'm glad that you are.
I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being dead serious. Would you like to accompany me?
Yeah,
You
actually.
haven't?
If you're gonna do it right now, I'm curious to see what that looks like.
Drake, can you give us an idea of our surroundings, like physically?
Yeah, so you guys are kind of like on the edge of a bit of a clearing. It's tall pine trees kind of surrounding you. There's just a slight kind of dip in the landscape. There's a little bit of water that's kind of collected. Yeah, just a little natural clearing, a couple of rocks, decent cover.
Things you gotta worry about around here. Yeah, like your standard black animal, your beasts, your wild animals. You got occasional ghost. You got gremlins, brownies, sort of fae, sort of things. You got ogres, giants.
Okay. But not whatever that was. We should report that to heaven
don't
and then
know if
also
I've
maybe
ever-
to local authorities.
I don't know if there's any local authorities nearby.
Fair. If it's simply the case that these things happen in the wilds, then I won't make a big deal of it. I just didn't know if we should expect more of that mostly.
I don't know if that happens in the wild. I've never seen that before.
That makes me think that something weird and bad is going on, is what I'm getting at.
Demons are fairly common here.
Yeah, we got demons.
Quite common. This was probably some kind of a demon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Though it was probably it was clearly like quite strong and had probably been like festering in there for quite a while.
That
Stan,
one
you-
was.
Stan, you would know that just from you've heard about the Battle of Burntwood because that's where Talen's father had first gotten sick and defeated whatever had been in there. And kind of since then, the area has been not really like off limits, but people tended to avoid it just because
It's
the
a bad
land,
omen place.
kind of a bad omen, and also the place was just so badly damaged that there wasn't a ton of reason to go in there until kind of nature had repaired itself. And you imagine that because it was being avoided so much, this thing was able to just kind of like find that pit and find or make that pit and just kind of like fester and grow.
Yeah. So that was miasma down there, right?
It might have been.
Demons produce it. I think powerful
yeah.
ones do.
Yeah. They essentially produce it, and it like kind of takes over fills their lair, essentially.
I mean, if that was a miasma, is that not what killed Lord?
Yeah, he was in there for a while. We should get Ali checked out.
Yeah.
I feel fine. I should probably get. We have some stuff at the church, but I don't think we're the best at that. You know, we went to Taylor went to Tyriku for a way to cure it. If anything, she'd have it.
Do I feel okay? I didn't really breathe in a whole lot of it.
Yeah, you feel okay right now. Like your nose was burning for a little bit after you left, but you feel pretty decent now. Don't notice any immediate effects, like you're not bleeding from the eyes or anything like crazy.
Well, that's good. That's a good start.
If the
Right,
cathedral is still consecrated, we'll see if we can soak you in the aspersion. Maybe that'll help.
I have to look up what that means.
Holy water. I don't remember
okay.
the right of how to make it. Maybe one of you do. Looks at Sheesh.
He shrugs.
That was more of an outdoor sort of punch type.
No,
That one.
You don't make it, you find it.
No, you can
No, you make it.
No, it forms in natural springs and beautiful, clear, and healthy rivers in the heart of nature.
You can make it here.
Yeah, you can also make it. Mix it with moonstone or silver or something else that already contains elements of holiness in it.
Or a little bit of MSG and vodka.
There are
In
many paths to the truth.
yeah, the holy places here in Camelot and people who are followers of our god can sort of just make it if they have the materials and they draw the power from the divine.
Well, speaking of the divine, I am prepared to contact the spirits
Mhm.
if you're ready.
Yeah.
We'll need to offer them a gift, an offering. So, coins out, fork them over.
How much
And
is
be
it?
under
much?
best behavior. I'm going to need some incense. I'm going to need some oils. And I don't know, a couple hundred. Just whatever you can spare.
A
Couple hundred.
couple
Talk to
hundred?
heaven.
I can talk to heaven for 50.
Say rich people.
It's 50 for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 25 for me. I can hear a voice in return that will guaranteed answer my question for 25 gold pieces.
Maybe the Rican gods are more expensive.
They must be. Those must be the highbrow gods.
So
This
incense.
is not a price tag, Jupiter.
Does that
It's an
fluctuate
offering.
with? Does that fluctuate with inflation?
Yeah, I think it does. I think that right now it is 25 gold pieces, but it is not the intrinsic value of the metal. It is the societal value of what I am offering. Theoretically, I could offer something else worth 25 gold. I'd choose gold pieces because most of the things that I speak to relate to mercantile trade and the melting pot. But I know some people do similar magic with, incenses or precious metals, stones, things like that. I guess gold is a precious metal, but not in the shape of coins.
Yeah. The important thing here is that we want to express to the spirit our deepest respect for them and their time.
would they accept something else? Does everyone need to pay, or is it just a one-time deal?
It's just I need to pay, but if you want to chip in. I'm like creating a pile currently of like there's like a sake bottle, there's like a little box of wrapped chocolates. I don't
I have
have
a
a lot of gifts
walnut.
left over. A
Do you
walnut
th-
will work.
It
Do you think
glows when you
having
shake it.
Do you think having one good gift would be better than a bunch of mediocre gifts?
Doing a little pile of gold.
I assume it's kind of a to whom much is given, much is required situation.
Right.
Which is why Kohaku defaulted to 200 gold pieces.
300.
300 gold pieces, Jesus.
Eh, I'm giving a walnut, which is my favorite form of lighting up, because I like to shake it. Worth about 5 gold.
Okay, we'll put that on this. We're piling it all up on a stone.
I will give a flask of holy water and a silver's worth of cheese. It's like good. It's like really good, like artisan dry cheese, aged cheese.
Wow.
If you have the holy water already, why don't we splash Allie with it?
Oh, I thought you were doing this to contact your car. Allie, do you want some? Do you want a little swig of holy water?
Yeah,
Apparently, I do.
yeah, he does.
Beg me for it.
Slow blink and
Oh,
sweat
please.
drop.
Oh, please, sheesh,
Oh,
give me your
stop
holy
it.
water.
Kidding.
Just put it on my face right here.
That's
You
all.
asked for it. Yeah.
Immediately disgusted.
Was it that bad? Should I never do that again?
No, you can do that.
No.
Yeah, just save it for him.
Ooh. I can throw in some of the giant bee honey that we got from the insect capital. I don't know how much it's worth, but I'll throw one of those in.
Oh, but I could make giant mead with that. It would be regular sized mead.
I got 3 jars of it.
Okay,
It'll work all right.
so this god is intelligent. It understands the intent of what I'm giving it, right? It's not just going to look at a weird gift and be like, "Oh, that's a weird gift."
It cares about the intent.
Okay, wonderful. I put about a week's supply of opium on there.
Okay.
That means a lot.
That is a week of pain.
Yeah. Spirits don't care about the material value of things. Heaven doesn't care about the material value of things. What they care about is the sacrificial value of things. A pile of 1,000 gold coins from a rich man is meaningless to the spirits, but 1 gold coin that is the last gold coin a poor farmer has in their possession, it has incredible significance, right?
Oh,
Does that make
then
sense?
I offer them my patience. I have so fucking little of it. Worth more than every single gold coin in Camelot.
I need to
All
buy
right.
more. Oh, go ahead.
Nara throws in an unspent dandelion. So they get 1 free wish.
Unspent dandelion.
Yeah.
Just carried that with you the entire time?
This guy's
I just picked it.
good.
It's right there. There's actually a bushel over there.
So it's worth not
It's
so
worth
much?
nothing.
It's a free wish, man.
You know what? He's got it there.
It's really hard to say no to a free wish.
If
The gods can't complain.
If Nara truly in his heart and soul believes that this dandelion grants a wish, then it is an appropriate gift.
Look at Nara and try to gauge his intelligence.
Slow
Wisdom.
blinks.
All right. I think we'll begin now. It's going to take us about 10 minutes. We're just going to be reverent, respectful. When the spirit appears, we will continue to be reverent and very respectful to the spirit.
Okay.
We'll let it know that what we encountered in the cave, and it may be able to answer some questions that we may have.
Okay. How many
I'm a little
questions?
nervous, actually. I've never called Hinami before.
You're
But
gonna be fine.
For what it's worth, Jupiter does actually expect what you're doing to work. Or at least he's treating it as if it will. He is not going into this with doubt.
Yeah, we're gonna be fine. How many questions will they answer?
1.
Okay. I'm gonna not talk in case I accidentally ask a question. I'm gonna be over here. I'm fiddling with this broken mirror, trying to put the pieces together for mending.
Yeah, it knows our heart. Well, I'll light some incense and I don't know, open a scroll and start like writing summoning glyphs or something. Lay that out on the ground, burn it in a fire, and I don't know, say some holy words. I'm not sure exactly how this would look, but it takes about 10 minutes.
You take some time performing this ritual, preparing your offerings. And there is a kind of a whistling of wind as if something is fast approaching. Leaves get kicked up from the forest behind you, and appearing very suddenly, just appearing as if they were there. There was nothing there, and then suddenly you blink and there was someone there. You see appears to be a old woman sitting cross-legged, a long white hair that's very stringy, a little bit tattered, kind of with a slight curl at some points, that is fully draped over her face and down her back. There's a slight part that just barely reveals part of her face. You can see one glistening snow white eye. Hello, Lord Kirawame.
That's my father's name. Much respect, blessings unto you. Please accept our gifts, worth 300 gold pieces.
Thank you. I accept your offering. What counsel may I provide you?
Everyone, this is Hinami, the patron representative of heaven to the Kirami family. Summonable only recently because I didn't previously have the Imperial Signet ring, but that is the ring that I found from our cloud friend.
Wow.
I actually did not expect this to work. Hinami, you honor us with your presence.
I am honored to be a patron of the Kirawame.
We need to report some worrying news to heaven about these creatures, and I'll describe the creature and the effects that it had, the maddening effect that it had on my mind and spirit, the acid, the the danger of them, and their location.
You've done well to dispatch such a creature.
I can't know that we've gotten them all.
I will be sure to report this and make note of it.
Out of character party. Hinami will cast Legend Lore for us. Got any ideas?
Assuming that we don't need to learn anything more about this creature that we just dispatched, because we know it's probably just a powerful demon, I would ask it about the lair of Morventh, the Red Tyrant.
Morventh?
Yeah.
Oh.
That is
does sound
ultimately
suitably
where we're trying to
legendary.
go.
Yeah.
I was thinking about asking about the Hatter, which also seems suitably legendary. But
Oh, the Hatter would also be really good. We can probably learn about
Yeah.
Morventh from locals.
You're assuming a lot of the locals can read.
Is that not the case?
Nah. Not the poor ones.
Huh.
Yeah, the poor don't exactly get access to reading materials or taught how to use them.
Well, if you go to Camland, which we're gonna be, there's a lot of literate people there,
Yeah.
even like the poor. But most villages don't really. You'll have a few.
Well, are we more likely to find information about Moravanthir than the Hatter? Because if we have divine access to information about the Hatter, that seems hard to pass up.
I feel like the best place we were going to find information on the Hatter was Merveille, and we found nothing. So,
If you want
but I'm
more of an,
biased.
yeah, we can try and get Ali and Camlin there in their library. There's also regular libraries.
Also, I want to be clear so that you guys understand that this legend lore isn't like limited to. It's not like a one-time use. As long as you guys are willing to pay Hinami,
Yeah,
you can
okay.
summon her again if you wanted to do this on both.
Nice.
Yeah, it's 50 gold coins more expensive than regular legend lore, but it's also cooler.
It is cooler.
She also will she will only cast legend lore once per summoning, but she will also just provide you a little bit of counsel if you need it.
That's true. It does
It's
have.
useful.
Oh crap! Vamp. Hang on, I'll be right.
Okay. Have you served the Kurami family for a long time, or is it vice versa? Lady? Hanami?
I have been with the Kirawame family for several generations now.
Were you originally like an ancestor?
Of a sort. In another life, very distant from this one.
Well, outside of the legend loring, or the powerful piece of information you could get us, I think maybe we could use some advice about a certain Rebus child. I'm not exactly sure what we need to know, but are you aware of the situation? I don't know how omni-watching you are.
It's a great question. By the way, is she human or?
Hard to say. Seems human. Like you can't see much of her physicality because she's just kind of like she's very like cousin It in this, just like covered in this long hair.
Right, with no herringon ears poking out.
No herringon ears. You can see these bony white hands that just
Furless?
furless that do kind of like sit politely kind of in her lap. She's got what appears to be just like a nice kind of kimono or other similar nice bit of clothing on underneath. Just like very
old Asian
frail,
Rani.
hunched.
Yeah, like Ronnie vibes,
Maybe.
but without the hat.
Cousin It here.
Yeah, kind of like if
The character from
Cortopia
Hunter
was
x Hunter.
an
Yeah, Cortopia.
Cortopia if she was an old woman.
And I mean, does Heaven know if? Oh, I'm blanking on the name. Oh no, my own
Kanji?
cousin's dead. Does Heaven know if Kanji II is a legitimate Kirame?
Yes, in a sense.
Very well.
Young, unguided, with a fate yet to be determined.
You know how long he'll live?
It's difficult to say. Much of that fate rests in your hands.
Heaven tells me he's legitimate. Then he is my liege.
It's a heavy burden, a heavy choice to make.
An easy choice to make. Duty.
And you do not crave what was taken from you.
Pride is my chiefest sin and my strongest temptation. I struggle with that. I can't tell you no. But I also have pride in my sense of duty and my honor for it. I may not be favored by heaven anymore, but I'll act as though I am, and that's the way it is.
Maybe not, but your honesty is why I favor you.
Oh, Grammy. Creepy ghost Grammy. So rather than beating around the bush, what can you tell us about the Hatter? Invoking legend lore.
I shall do it.
It's gonna be super cool. There's gonna be lightning. There's gonna be like fog. She's gonna get real big, and her voice is gonna get real loud, and the flames will like flicker out, and then come back, and they might turn green.
In the age of the 100 Years' War, when the lands were ravaged and destroyed by nightmares and dragons, many sought sanctuary and vengeance, a means to end the bloodshed and fighting. Louis Tenniel grew obsessed with magic and power. From his mind he bore the hats, the first of which he granted to Baba Yaga, the first witch. And as his experiments continued, he birthed many more hats, and many more began to be driven to madness as he was. And the witch's anger and wrath was no longer targeted at just the nightmares, but at humanity which had created them. Many sought to end the Hatter's creations and the Hatter himself. But he was already prepared when they came. And with his many hats and his materials, he fled. Fled to the tea house, a pocket dimension in which he now resides, trapped in an eternal time. There he continues to produce hats. He appears at a whim, presenting his curses upon those most vulnerable and willing to accept.
you think the hat madness still drives the witches to attack nightmares? I know the nightmares aren't around anymore, really. But if they were, would that distract a hat wearer, do you think?
It is unlikely. The hats were originally accepted by individuals who wished to destroy the nightmares. Those who had been harmed by them, their rage and wrath targeted the nightmares. But now few people have such rage towards them. Their rage is targeted towards others, towards people, towards monsters and beasts. And so that is what they target.
Surely, to the party, surely our organization of witch hunters has probably got access to a spell very similar to this, if not exactly legend lore. So they probably already asked every question in the book about this.
Probably.
I don't necessarily think if we asked, does Heaven know of any method by which to enter the tea house? I'm sure the witch hunters would have already asked. But is there any method that you know of to enter the tea house?
Yes,
Oh,
there is a back door. That can be found in Mother's house, a realm of Baba Yaga.
I forgot this is legend lore. We can't really ask specifics. But that is helpful. Interesting.
I can provide you with one more piece of information about the Hatter and his machinations, if you wish.
Please.
The primary material for the hats is the corpse of a great archdemon.
Ah,
He kills archdemons to make hats.
Or simply
No.
skins one that was already killed.
One large beyond comprehension that he's kept alive, skinned and flayed for centuries.
Oof.
sure he's thrilled about that. That's so not only do you have to kill the Hatter, you would have to kill the demon too.
Would killing the demon remove all its skin that are already hats? Do you
No,
think? Oh.
but it would stem the flood. Is there any other counsel I can provide?
Does Heaven know where Yoki is?
I'm unaware of Yokimaru's current location. Though he has not passed through Heaven's gates, so he is at least alive.
Good enough for me. Oh, here he is.
Sting kind of beat me to it. The idea of if destroying the Hatter would also get rid of the hats. Sounds like the answer to that is no.
Still needs to happen. He's like
Oh yeah,
driven to create them.
We
yeah.
can
certainly.
stop more hats being made if we.
yeah.
Well, wouldn't they stop being made if we killed the Hatter anyway?
Either we remove
that's
the
fine.
source or kill the Hatter. Yeah, either one.
Because he might just kill another, or find another demon, archdevil, archdemon was it?
Yes, it may be possible.
Well, go ahead.
Then I shall take my leave. But I shall provide you with one final boon. Inami reaches down and scoops up a bit of mud and begins to compress it and shape it in her hands, starting to form appears to be like a bit of a body, and then stretching out a long neck and a bird-like head at the end of it, adding some lizard-like features to its snout, and then begins to incant a spell, and the clay starts to shake and grow, eventually turning into a large kind of low bird-like kind of a weird cross between like a bird and a lizard. Kind of looks like the mounts from the new Monster Hunter game.
Sick.
It starts to shake, and the clay and mud starts to slough off, and you see feathers and scaled skin, and shake up to a steed.
What color is it?
Oh,
It's kind of got this. Shoot, what are they called? Oh my god, the kind of like classic parrot kind of colors. It's got kind of like a reddish crest on its head, and then it goes down to this green and blue. Yes,
Yeah,
macaw.
well, let me help you there. Go with pink and turquoise.
Okay,
Perfect.
it's pink and turquoise.
Yes.
Good call. You got to color coordinate. It's so important.
Great. That's so creative. Oh my gosh.
And with that, there's another gust of wind, and then Nami disappears.
Everyone bow. Bow.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, how?
Oh, look, the offerings have disappeared. Except the dandelion. That's kind of weird. She left that one. Maybe she didn't notice it?
That's a little stingy.
Well, we'll give it to her next time.
You do notice that, the dandelion stalk is still there. The seeds are not.
Oh, I did
She
the
made a
wish.
wish.
What does a creature of her
man.
status wish for?
A man.
Guys, do you think they have fun in heaven? Because she seemed really tired.
Oh, heaven's a bureaucracy. It's super boring out there.
Maybe that's why she's tired. She has so much fun.
Yeah, they're constantly busy. They have to keep the stars moving and destiny churning, and like, do you realize how many new souls are born every single day? It's crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
So you work hard in every life so you don't turn into a bug, and then when you do get to heaven, you have to keep working anyway.
Yikes.
Yeah,
okay.
it's duty. Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
I'm just clarifying the terms and conditions of the religion.
If it makes him happy, that's good.
Right, that's good. It's good if it makes him happy. Yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, she was nice too.
Who's gonna make the stars move? Who's gonna turn the earth? Are you kidding me? Somebody
I mean-
has to do it.
The gods. That's what they're for, right?
Yeah, I assume
Yeah,
the gods already
exactly.
did that.
Exactly.
Not us.
Or, you
It's a
know,
full-time job.
gravity and centrifugal motion. And...
There's no god of gravity.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, there is.
Because it's made up. Ooh.
I out of character don't know his name or her name or their name.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, I mean, you would become no longer mortal long before you join the celestial bureaucracy. The first thing you would like reincarnate into once you've reached nirvana is like a terrestrial spirit. Yeah, you'd become a little spirit, and then eventually you grow over time. You may become the spirit of a mountain. You might become a dragon even, and then you would be promoted into heaven. By that point, you haven't been human in millennia, so like they don't really have the same desires and need for rest and things like that we have.
Or boredom.
She did seem very bored and tired, though. But that's just kind of her shtick. That's probably the way she was as a spirit when she was terrestrial. Now,
Did he
she's
say she
celestial.
was an ancestor of yours, in a way?
Yeah, she's the patron kami of the family.
And she favors you. Isn't that nice?
Sweet. Yeah, we'll call her again. Look at this creature. What do I name it?
That's up to you.
It's gorgeous, whatever it is.
It's kind of like a flamingo.
But it has
Oh,
scales too?
it came with the saddle and bridle and all kinds of stuff.
How about Yoshi?
I don't hate it.
Kind of just look like a Yoshi.
How about Birdo? Because he kind of looks like a bird and it's pink.
Or
I do hate
bush?
it. Let's see. What did there? Corpses.
That was more informative than I thought I was going to be. I honestly wasn't sure if it was going to work, and now I'm eating by words that I didn't say. But
So actually, what I expected to be a complicated answer is actually appears to be a very simple answer, which is that samurai usually named their war horses after colors, depending on what color the horse was. Black being the most auspicious.
So this is pink.
Thank you.
Turquoise.
It's kind of like a multicolor.
Mostly pink.
I'll call him Niji. Wait, we already have an Niji. Do we?
Yeah.
yeah,
Crap.
What about Peko?
Are there
You say
any
it twice.
flowers of this color?
He reminds me of pickled ginger.
it's pink and blue.
Turquoise and pink.
Not usually blue, but you know.
What a good combination of colors, by the way.
Thanks, that was my idea.
I don't think you're going to find a turquoise and pink flower. People will sometimes artificially color them that way, but let's see.
The Japanese word for turquoise is takuizu.
It's
I think
fun.
that's just how they pronounce turquoise.
It is. And pink
Crap,
is
you're right.
pinku.
Pinku. That can't be right. There should be like native Japanese like color names, right?
Yeah, like,
Maybe.
well, the word for blue and green is the same because it was one color. That should be Aoi. AOI.
Aoi.
Aoi.
I only know it from that Naruto song. Aoi, aoi, no sora. The blue sky.
There you go.
We'll just call him Tsubasa. How about that?
Nice wing. Good.
How'd you know that? What?
Because
I
it's the most
fucking
common.
watch anime.
Do you know
That's
how many
crazy.
anime are named Tsubasa? At least
Yeah.
2.
Captain Tsubasa is the name of a soccer anime, I think.
And
I almost called
Tsuba-
him Garzi, but
and Tsubasa
That's nice
is
to
the manga that overlaps with Holic, and it blends with it for some reason.
right. Well, that's what we'll call him.
Tsubasa, it's a good name.
Yeah. By the way, I'm basically a good class now. I'm kind of a paladin. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Paladin good.
All right. Well, there's my scene. Do we want to hit the hay and make some tracks?
I think we just hit the hay.
Hey, Jupe,
Yeah.
can you teach me more about your religion sometime?
Absolutely.
Quacker seems okay, but like, I mean, you get results with his, but you get results. Yeah, yours sounds interesting.
Sure.
Do Mervans not have a religion?
If they do, it wasn't really something my family practiced a whole lot.
We found the secular French, guys. We did it.
Word of advice: if you want information about someone's religion, ask a religious person.
Uh,
That's not Jupe.
I gotta tell you,
Jupe is
my friend,
religious.
I have Watakita lore. I have dedicated one of my 2 lore skills to my religion.
I'm
Jupe
sure
is
you know a
quite
lot about it
literally a cleric.
intellectually.
I think, and again, Drake, feel free to jump here if I'm wrong. But a lot of what I've based Jupe around is kind of the like North African style of religion, which was almost kind of an intellectual approach to religion. It's a religious approach, it's a faith-based approach, but it is all foundationally built on principles of astronomy, principles of math. It is a reverence for the universe. And sometimes that manifests through anthropomorphism. They believe that the moon spirits are actually anthropomorphic creatures, that they have thoughts and wills of their own. They treat the missing one as a lost member of that family. But it's a faith that can be approached intellectually. It's a world where these spirits actually exist, and so they are studied mathematically. They are studied like a science.
Right. I understand you're correcting me, but you should be correcting Kohaku because he has no idea.
True,
He thinks
and
you're not.
all of that can kind of come through. In fact, it was basically going to be sort of my response to Allie. So rephrase all of that over towards Allie.
Yeah.
I'd love to. And I should clarify that a lot of the people that I learned it from had a more, I guess, emotionally devoted approach to it. Astra especially, diviners especially. And I suspect that over time, I would have also opened up in that way too. But for me, it was always a study. I treated it like classes, like school, as many young apostles did, because that's what it was. Before you can learn to respect something, you must learn to understand it. But yeah, if we get time to go over there, I would love to take you to some of the temples, to show you some of the observatories. It's beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful things over there. I can absolutely teach you about it.
Yeah, that sounds great. The astronomy bits help me keep it grounded a bit. I don't know. It seems like it makes sense.
What is secular? Does that mean circle?
Secular is a word that just means not religious, not faith-driven. It doesn't necessarily mean atheistic or even agnostic. It just means that they form their culture around humanism, around what is right in front of them in the world around them.
That's why they dress like that. That's what
Yeah.
happens when you don't have God. You start dressing like a TV.
Yeah, kind of.
How do you know what a TV is?
Tuberculosis?
Oh. Yeah. Culture's much more focused on
Like the bed.
you know the bed.
Yeah, like the bed you sleep on when you have TV. It's that wide. I understand. Though I guess you can fit someone underneath the skirt and just have someone going at you the entire time you walk through the street.
You have to be very synced with your walking.
If you can learn how to walk in those heels and keep step with the books on top of your head, I'm sure you can do it being eaten out.
What a wild thought.
Are there like petticoat folds?
Petticoat what? I heard molds.
Bolds? Like petticoat kobolds. They're
Oh.
purse kobold. Are there ones you keep just under your petticoats?
Seems like an inhumane place to keep them. There'd be like a rather large person keeping them in like a flap of skin.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Anyway, thanks for using the legend lore to figure out about the Hatter. That's a lot of new stuff we didn't know.
Actionable too.
Backdoor. Yep.
We have a potential heading for all of this.
Heading.
I feel like that's a
I don't even know if I get the joke. What's the joke?
You said head.
Just the
Hey.
word head is a joke? Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
he's got oral on the brain.
I gotcha.
Who doesn't appreciate good head? Come on.
What is good head?
Oh my god. It's wet
Um,
and it's firm. There's suction. It's slow. It focuses on texture rather than action.
There's some
Yeah, like
grapefruit
teeth.
involved.
There's usually no grapefruit involved.
If your mouth can't make the liquid, you just need to drink more water or not be a
There's-
fish.
Yeah. There's clapping involved.
In head?
Yeah.
Who's clapping?
Yeah, Drake, instead
You,
of
like
the
a
cool
seal.
conversation about how Watakita is like a halfway blend between like Abbasid and Mayan religions, you came back to talk about oral sex.
Yeah. And you're clapping like a seal every time you bob.
No.
Because you're so
Incorrect.
happy.
There are other ways to show you're happy than clapping. No, 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 no.
I'm glad Philo's still here. I thought you fell asleep.
I've been here the whole time.
I've talked about how, as men in our 20s, I wanted to say kids because we were, but we were also in our 20s. When one of us had food and we wanted them to share, they would make everybody like, they would say, "Who's a hungry seal?" And you had to behave like a hungry seal or you don't get the
I've
food.
never heard of that. What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Never heard of that.
If somebody has
What
a
the
tasty,
fuck is
if
this?
somebody has a tasty treat and you want them to share it, you ask them, "Hey, can you share that?" And they would frequently be like, "Who's a hungry seal?" And you have to like just sit there and behave like a hungry seal or you don't get one.
What the fuck?
Worth it depending on the food and
Yeah,
when
exactly.
and how drunk I am. Yeah.
A real level of like debasement and humiliation.
Is this what you do to poor people in your country?
That's what we do with our friends in our country.
Is this what you do to food drives? Who's a hungry seal?
Jesus Christ.
Beg for it.
You with this bag of canned corn, you have to beg for it.
What a horrible image.
What do you do to the children that visit your house at Halloween?
It's Trump's America.
Trick or treat is now trick or
Bad.
seal.
You gotta be a seal or a sea lion. Difference is sea lions apparently have sorry, the seals that have nails.
Yep.
It's pretty neat.
No, it's not.
They shouldn't have those.
Seals don't have claws. I mean, sea lions don't. if that makes you happy. Andre, if you've seen the movie. Just have them flippers.
Do I feel any better after being sprinkled with holy water? I guess I poured it on myself because Sheesh wouldn't sprinkle my face with it. So
I mean, if you want me to, I will. Just don't make it. I guess I kind of asked you to make it way, didn't I?
a little bit.
Maybe you need to take it orally.
You need to drink it.
Actually, I've reduced mine as an enema.
Ugh.
Oh,
Got to get that holy cleansing deep up in you, boy.
Well, the cool thing about holy water is it doesn't dilute. So if you put 1 drop of holy water in a gallon or something, it becomes a gallon of holy water. But there is a certain like concentration that disappears, so you couldn't do it to the ocean, for example. You need a lot
So it does eventually dilute.
eventually, but it's like it's not a dilute. It's not a perfect science because science is fake.
no.
It's so wild to me that the most religious person in this group besides Kohaku is also the science-based one.
Yeah.
And he's surrounded by, like, actual science refutists.
I have to flex this 6 intelligence somehow by making him incredibly ignorant. Not saying you're a witch or nothing, because apparently they require hats. But a lot of the weird stuff you say sounds a lot like cursing.
Hopefully we get a chance to go over there and see it firsthand. You will
Witches?
find Watakidans. You'll find that there are some who are like me and others who are very different. It is not homogenous.
Don't sell yourself short. I think you're a homogeneous.
Thank you.
You're like homo average. I ain't seen you write a book.
Haven't had the time. Maybe someday.
We've been walking so much. You could write while walking, right?
I would like to see the book written by somebody who is walking the entire time that they are planning and writing it. I'm sure it would
Throw
be
my
quite a
journal
treat.
at you.
There's a difference between a recording of events and a meaningful book.
They can
You
be
can
both the
use-
same thing.
I feel like you can use the notes to make a book, but it's not going to be a proper book unless you write a book.
The other side is pictures, so it's the best book.
You draw while
Anyone
walking?
can read it. I don't. Other guy did.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I had to stop with my drawing journal because we were walking so much.
He drew like what are these arrows pointing directions? It's pretty neat.
So that would be like a regular art check, but disadvantage, right? Because you're walking. I gotta try it. 15.
Not bad. 15, yeah. A 10 is what you need to accurately draw something.
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
we are
who
reaching
knows?
the limits of the usefulness of the system for reproducing reality.
No, we're not. It's perfectly valid.
Yeah,
I
you're
can
right.
Draw while walking. Yeah.
You can draw a perfect reproduction of a human face while running, even while jumping
In
jacks.
fact, because
the most you can ever get
disadvantage
is
doesn't
disadvantage.
stack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm,
I can do it while tumbling in a dryer
exactly. Yeah,
with basically no ink
correct. All you need to
or,
hit is that
or
10.
tools.
I would have a minus, I think, at
You
that
can-
point.
you can blow
'cause
off
your
4 of
ink
your
is being
fingers.
washed away.
With fireworks, you can close your eyes. You can do it with your left foot.
Yeah, if you're good enough. I've seen people do it. Have you seen master calligraphers just kind of do it for fun? With their eyes closed? Yeah, they've done it. They've done it with their left foot, they done it with their right foot.
Do you think a master calligrapher has ever passed off a painting that they've made, but instead of a brush, they used their dick, but they didn't tell anybody? But
Like
you know,
they
everybody just
sounded
kinda
the brush
thought-
in and what?
No, they just dip it in ink and go at the page, and then they like
Ah.
presented it like along with the rest of their stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh, brilliant!" and nobody knows. Do you think that's ever
It's gotta be.
happened?
I don't know. I guess it's like finger painting. Depends on the
I mean,
paint.
I really like this
I would
idea.
say, yeah, you could probably get away with it. It's gonna take a while to use just the one size brush. I guess you get two sizes. Do you like do touch up with another brush, or do you just only penis?
I feel like a lot of the most poignant art is done with a single instrument, pure and clear. Once you start mixing media, it gets a little funny. I mean, the product looks good, but you lost some soul.
I don't know if I believe that. I think that the even if all done by a single person, the collaboration of arts it makes it better.
The most beautiful
Think of
painting
a-
I've ever seen is a scroll the size of a barn wall with the word love painted on it. Just one character.
That's very poignant. But have you been to a play? Have you seen theater? Have you seen a ship?
I've seen many different types of theater. I hate it all. It's boring.
That's fair.
I get it. You have like terrible taste.
I take that back. I like poetry a lot.
Yeah, that's not helping your case.
Right.
I love music.
No,
What do you
that's
mean helping
fine.
my case? What's my case?
Now we're talking. I don't know, just taste.
And just like in art, in music, a single pure instrument coming through, perhaps complemented by other instruments coming in and out, but that primary, masterful, and flawless melody from one single instrument is beautiful.
It's about the story for me.
The blend of it all is better for me. Like
I'm in the same boat. I'd like an orchestra. I want to hear many voices joined together. I think the poignance comes from the unity of vision rather than one voice. But I understand what you're saying. There's a place for it. It's just not my taste. We are hitting an opinion wall.
We're hitting a culture wall. We both appreciate the art that we grew up with, that we learned to appreciate as
Oh, now I've got you. Now I've got you because my culture is 3 cultures. Oh, wait, I guess that does kind of reinforce your point.
It's 3 cultures.
Yeah, I grew up on the sea. I grew up seeing an almost equal amount of Camelot, Tyruku, and the Iron Sand Islands.
Yeah,
You mean-
the first art that you're used to being exposed to are, I don't know, some quadri trinkets and bracelets made out of old rotten fish bones and scales or something, right?
That is the
So you
craziest
would
and
find
most
that
culturally insensitive thing I've ever heard you say, Kohaku. You've said a lot
It's
of
okay,
dumb.
he's-
What do you mean?
We've been
It's okay,
traveling
he's
together.
rich.
We've been traveling together for about 4 months, and that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard you say.
I find
Ju-
the brutal art of the barbaric tribes in the sea like very
Ju-
like poignant.
Jupe, if there's
I think that's a
anything,
compliment.
no, Jupe, you gotta learn from me. Take it from me. He's never gonna change. He's gonna be a one-note dude the rest of his life. Just let it happen. just sort of. I just ignore everything he says and pretend it's okay. Otherwise, I would deck him in the nuts every night until he cries for mommy.
Uh-huh.
I'm worried. I don't want you to be ashamed of your heritage.
See what I mean? He's in the right place. He's just an idiot.
He's just dumb. I get it.
Take it from another.
Can we-
like
Instead of dumb, can we go cloistered? How about that? That's more appropriate.
Yeah, close.
nah, idiotic. Absolutely
Yeah,
ignorant.
you know what?
dumb.
We should afford him a gentle tongue when we describe his cultural upbringing. He
Yeah,
deserves
no, yeah,
that.
sure.
If you want to keep your head, you will.
Oh.
Hey, Kohaku, compel
that-
duel.
My head has an expiration date anyway. If this is how it goes, maybe that's all right.
we got rid of the part of my culture that was beheading people. We don't have to bring that up anymore.
That was
You
a
mean you
good
got
part
rid
your
of it?
culture. Oh wait, no, not when she did it. It's wild.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
And you didn't get rid of it. She was literally having it done repeatedly, right?
I mean, yes.
It didn't stop when you got rid of her, right? It's still a way people execute people.
Right, but if she's not in power anymore, it's going to happen way less.
Oh yeah, well, that's good. It's less. Yay for Faye.
Listen, I don't know if we have the time to reconstruct the government for an entire country.
Is it our place even?
It might technically be my place, but
It is? What?
We make our places.
yeah.
That's very nice, Juve.
Nobody is born with a place. You choose what you want your life to be worth.
Yeah. Well, anyway, where were we going?
Cathedral.
To the cathedral, and then to find yokels, local yokels, to ask them about Morventh.
What's a yokel?
A yokel is a rural person with not much education and sort of a whimsical and homey and enjoyable attitude.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
There are a lot of yokels, you're correct.
They like to sing.
They do like to sing.
What's the other guy, yokel?
Which other guy? Oh, nah.
What would you describe other guy as?
I don't know, he's a noble. He was certainly
Servant
not.
of a noble.
He was a servant of a noble, but that still makes him more than, say, a farmer or a miner or a rancher or a shepherd.
Mm.
A yokel commonly works with their hands. Not always, but often.
I mean, he did, right? That's what servants do.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Are servants yokels? Or they're specifically rural?
I think to be a yokel, you must be surrounded primarily by other yokels. I think that being in the presence of a noble precludes you from being a yokel.
The place where the Durrells were, was it like a kind of rural farm? Oh, that's a nice scrimshaw.
That is actually really cool.
Is that would that be an appropriate example of your culture's art?
Certainly.
Doodles on fish bones. That's what I said. I think it's noble.
That's not what you said.
It is fair. I think there was some tone involved that may have been pushing
There was.
things the
There's a lot of
wrong
tone,
way.
The word barbaric and rotting fish.
Yeah.
Rotting carcass.
This is pretty, though.
Yeah, it's cute.
I'm trying to guess what
So-
culture it's actually from. I
In the Inuits, I believe.
believe
Or
it.
was
Yeah,
it like
yeah.
Sweden?
The pattern around the base of it is throwing me off. It's kind of like the frame for the whole thing.
Let me see if I can get a source. Hang on.
Weird.
It's like, oh, whale teeth practiced by whalers and voyagers to pass the time. It just says whalers and voyagers.
Yeah, these are London sailors from the 1850s.
Yeah, anyone who whaled, I guess.
But they
The whale
probably picked up
fishermen.
the practice from the Inuits, by the way.
Yeah. According to this, American and Anglo-American origin. What is an Anglo-American? Is that like an American?
It is an American of English descent.
It's
Oh.
white people.
It's typical white people.
Does Anglo just mean white?
Anglo means
Yeah.
of English origin. Or of
I thought
Anglo.
Anglo-
Yeah,
like-
there are non-Anglo and non-Anglo-Saxon whites, but the ones that
What's an
came to
Anglo-Saxon?
dominate the world are primarily Anglo-Saxon. That's just the origin that the white people came from, right?
The
Well, those
ones
are
that
dudes
can
who play
the
saxophones.
saxophone.
Yeah.
There's like 3 classes of white people, but they're all kind of the same now. There's like the Anglo-Saxons, the Caucasians,
Like
and the
Kenny
other
G.
one.
She's the only one I know, really.
And people
Name
like
another.
Caucasian is kind of a synonym for white, but it's not really. Most white people aren't Caucasian, but whatever. There are actual Caucasian people. There are actual Asian people that look like if you look at pictures of like native Caucasian people,
And that's how a lot of like surnames are. Like there's Smith.
like
there's
white Asian people. They're crazy.
yeah,
They're beautiful.
there's Macaulay Caucasian. Whatever his name was.
I'm on thin ice right now.
What
I
are you
feel
guys
like we
doing?
should change the subject.
I'm proud of us. We've had a wonderful discussion of cultures and not done anything weird.
What are you guys doing? What are we?
We are traveling
playing
to the
D&D?
we're traveling to the cathedral.
Cathedral.
This is
We're
travel
playing
banter.
D&D.
I rolled 24.
Okay. Where?
Up
Way
way
up there.
above.
Okay.